before I continue with my animal totems and junk, this is a very useful resource for animal totems. It's very cool. It's basically a tarot deck, but with the different animals. Fun. Not obviously all of them, but it's a good start. Definitely a good start. Very good start. Yeah. But there's also a great website online. If you Google animal totems, one of the first ones that should come up is Lynn's Domain. Actually, let me make sure. But it's this wonderful website that I use all the time. And again, this is a good start. This is called Medicine Cards. This is a good start, but this website is just amazing. One of many, but this is the one I use mainly. Yeah, so Google animal totems, and it'll come up Animal Totems by Lynn. The URL is lynsdomain.com. So, oh my god. Here, I'll show you. Can you see? Oh, that's so cool. But yeah. So that's a great one. lynsdomain.com, or just Google animal totems. I use that one all the time. Let's see. What's another one? Well, you'll find other ones. Whatsyoursign.com. That's a good one. Yeah, she's cool. But explore, I mean, just like with astrology, different animal totems have different perspectives, different descriptions by different people, What I see in octopus is going to be different from somebody else, and if we wrote about it and said, what does octopus mean? If this is your totem, what does it mean? If you see an octopus, again, animals are all totems. So even if I don't have pigeon totem, if I see a lot of pigeons over the span of 3 months, I'm gonna Google pigeon animal symbolism. What does it mean? For example, one of my natal totems isn't butterfly, but I've been seeing it everywhere, like multiple times a day. It's crazy. I saw it even just an hour ago, so unexpectedly. So I've been seeing butterfly everywhere for like 4 months now. So I looked it up, and it really makes sense for where I am in my life, Transformation, joy, I mean, me in butterfly totem and me resonating with that energy, that frequency, has led to these videos. But again, before I said in another video, I was scared to do these videos, and now it's so obvious. It's so natural to do this. It's so much fun for me, So connecting with animal totems, not only your own, but animals in general and what their message, why they're hanging around you or coming around you, is it's a beautiful system of understanding. I use animal totems just as much as astrology, just as much as tarot and everything. So, let's continue. Personal evidence. Okay, other totems. Octopus and... bat. Bat is a little difficult to see, perhaps. Well, maybe not so much, actually. I kind of see it. For me, I sense bat, and a couple other friends who have bat and stuff, I've always sensed something about the ear, like the cheekbone and eye, and the teeth. There's just something very bat-like there. If you can describe it to me, that'd be wonderful, because it's very hard to articulate. There you go. That's one of my birds of prey right there. Very much a animal facet. It's funny too at how, I mean, of course, hereditary and genetics, and I mean, explaining it biologically makes perfect sense. But it's funny to see the animal layer of it all, because I mean, this kind of nose is very much a feature on my mom's side of the family. And it's funny because for me, this represents a certain animal, and that certain animal's meaning, that symbolism, when I link it up to that side of the family, it makes perfect sense. It's like a, revelation of, oh, shit, we're all this animal, we're all this bird. Oh, that makes a lot more sense now, So that's really fun, too. Okay. There's more animals that I could show you in me, but they're all the sacred ones. They're different manifestations of my sacred animal, so I really shouldn't. I think that's all the ones that I can tell you. But it doesn't matter. But my animal totems, whoever's animal totems, ultimately what you should be... You should. If you're going to investigate animal totems, I find looking at your own is the best thing, the best way to go to start out, at least, you know, because then that's the whole point, is self-knowledge, self-understanding, self-enlightenment, you know. Ever since being introduced to animal totems and exploring it, I've realized so much as far as people. People are beautiful, absolutely beautiful, you know. I mean, we're all just representations of these animal spirits. And some of these animal spirits are very much different than what, you know, as a society, as a culture, we're told is beautiful. You know, I mean, somebody with whale totem is perhaps bigger. Or, again, I mean, I have a very particular nose, and I was very insecure about it before the animal explanation of it. And I find it so natural, you know. It's so beautiful when you see the world like that, because it just makes sense. It just clicks, you know, because you start seeing all these people with wolf noses and they're all acting a certain way, and you know, it's very subtle, but it's like, oh, ooh, interesting. Once you're aware of it, it's things start clicking. But people are absolutely beautiful, no matter what their animal totems. And I'm always struck at how, really, people's animal totems are what make them beautiful, you know? It's hard to put into words, but if you see animal totems, then you get it. And if you don't, well then, I would say keep trying. But that's totally up to you. Ultimately, my ultimate conclusion with animal totems is, when it comes to friends, when it comes to family, when it comes to, you know, soulmates, and both romantic and not, you're really in love with those animals. You know? I mean, a hawk girl, you know, a girl with hawk totem, or, you know, whatever animal totem. It's always, it just adds another understanding, another dimension of understanding to a person's energies, to a person's character, being. So, I hope you explore it, because it's a lot of fun, and a lot of peace, and a lot of love, and a lot of unity comes from understanding animal totems, because, you know, I meet people all the time who have certain totems in common with mine, and I'm like, oh my god, you're this, does this animal ring true for you? And very often they're like, oh, yeah, actually. But even people who have totems I don't have, it's a lesson in understanding and tolerance, and teach me, okay, gopher totem, I don't know this energy, please teach me your ways, so let me understand why and how. There's so much beauty in that, you know, because you appreciate people all the more, because you understand them all the more. Just like tarot, just like astrology, you know. So, I hope you explore animal totems. And I hope you tell me about them, because I love talking in general, you know that. But I love talking about animal totems. So leave comments, messages, whatevs. But let's talk animals. That's always fun. So yeah. Infinite love, as always. Namaste. My fellow animal brethren, animal human brethren. Alright, take care.